questions?
Just general impressions of the game tonight.
I thought we played hard. I let, we had some breakdowns that kind of let them kind of make a spread in the game. But I thought we played hard. I don't think our errors were lack of hustle, but we've got to do a better job of sticking with the game plan. You're not going to win shooting 34%. You're not going to win in this league shooting 34%. We got to make shots.
You've been able to make the little run, tie the game back up. What happened after that timeout from your perspective?
We had some breakdowns defensively. Gave them 2 good looks. They make open shots. That's the way we've been for the last couple of years. We've had upperclassmen handling the ball. They've got upperclassmen handling the ball. We don't. We have some breakdowns. We're trying to throw it into a freshman. And he's taking a beating.
Yeah, I think he drew 13 fouls that were actually whistled.
Yeah, that's good. They were actually whistled. Yeah.
Has Barry Brown matured a lot since the first time you can remember?
He's terrific. I compare him to Javon Carter, what JC did here in his maturation process. He's a terrific defender, and he's obviously become a very good offensive player.
How'd you feel about Brandon Napper tonight?
It's a learning process. I don't want it to be, but it is. Hands learn both, I mean, they do some good things, and then they get off the reservation, And it's a team game. You can't. I mean, for instance, like we were supposed to soft edge in the middle of the floor when we soft edge and just stood there, and that's when they got the basket that really I thought broke our back. The guy should have called 3 seconds. I think he was open under the basket for about 8 seconds. We couldn't find him.
You played 8 players for most of the game. Was that a plan going in, or just the way things
Trying to
played out?
win, man. Trying to win, and you try to reward the guys that work at it. The guys that are good in practice. Those are the guys you trust. Guy doesn't know what he's doing in practice. He's probably not going to figure it out in the game.
You said you had the defensive breakdowns, obviously shooting struggles, plus you have to implement a game plan. How difficult is it when you enter a practice to decide what to work on a particular day?
Well, we were in the practice facility for a good 3 hours yesterday. It wasn't. We weren't running up and down the floor or anything, but we looked at how we scored against them. We looked at how they scored against us. We went through their personnel. We broke down their sets. We guarded their sets. We tried to put that 1-2-2 zone in. That was a one-day deal because we're going to have to play some zone. 1-3-1 hadn't worked for a while. Obviously, that 3-2 didn't work very well. We've tried 2-3. We've tried 1-1-3. So we're reaching. I can lie, but we're reaching.
The way Brown hits those mid-range jumpers, I mean, not a lot of guys shoot that, and the analytics say not, but he's got such good touch and got open in there. Is that something I mean, I guess that's in the scouting report, obviously, that he's going to work to try to get to that space, but it's sort of an unusual thing to see out of guards these days.
It reminds me of JC. I think he has improved dramatically from year to year to year. And that's obviously because he puts a lot of work in. And he's also a terrific leader. I mean, he keeps those other guys in line. Much like, our guys did here. Now we get freshmen out there, they just don't, you don't have the same effect.
Coach talking to Lamont, the adjustments he's had to make, guarding bigger, catching the ball maybe in some different spots. He tries to make it sound like it's not a big deal, but has he been asked to adjust quite a bit to his game at all? Or?
I think if you look at the shot chart, Lamont still takes a lot of threes.
He's posting up a little bit.
He's posting a little bit, but that was with mismatches.
Right, okay.
We were trying to mismatch him. We just got to get our guards to understand that when we have a mismatch, throw the ball in there. Don't dribble it to the other side or try to get yourself a shot.
So you guys haven't really asked him to
Well, he's
change
got to.
you.
I mean, he's going to have to. You got Derek, and that's it. We have a hard time. We have a hard time playing big when no one can pass. So we've tried to play big a little bit and work a little bit. It works when you have skilled bigs. Just like, perimeter works well when you have skilled guards.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble here, but I think there was one foul in the last 15 minutes, and you had them reeling a little bit, and some guys on the bench that they probably wanted in, and they were changing their defenses, but unable to continue that factor in some things that went forward for you down the stretch.
Unfortunately, I can't say a whole lot. I think what we strive for in this game is consistency. You don't want guys that go 8 for 10 one day and 1 for 10 the next day. And, our guys ought to expect us to be prepared and give them a workable game plan and tell them what is going to happen. From an offensive standpoint, from a defensive standpoint. I think it's only fair that everybody on the floor ought to have to do the same thing.
Anything else?
Yeah, just watching the game, it looks like there's trying some exotic things on Derek, and you mentioned,
Just double him.
but you mentioned before he just doesn't know what's going on right now. That sets, I understand too, but this type of defense, the size of people running out of it, what's he going through? Just dealing with 2 or 3 guys.
Well, we didn't have any time to work on it. Kansas did it, and we had one day, and you can only do so much in one day. I couldn't keep him in there for 5 hours, We'll work on it. He's a good passer, so he'll figure it out. He's got a quarter to the middle. He can't quarter to the baseline. There's no one to throw it to when he quarter to the baseline. You have to throw it through people, which he tried to do a few times. So he's got a quarter to the middle. And our other guys got to do a better job of getting out of line. It's as much our other guys as it is him. But then I'm still looking for the definition of that cylinder thing, And I understand. I mean, it's hard to me. It's impossible to officiate something that's invisible, right? It'd be hard for you to report on something invisible, wouldn't it? We're asking guys to figure out an invisible cylinder. It's well. Thank y'all.